Now that the show has been amazing so far, from the organization to the people attending it, I met a few YouTubers, which is a new thing for me. Those are all very lovely people and cool. For the first time ever, I actually met YouTubers that dabble in hi-fi. I loved my time here. I spoke to so many great people, so many pleasant and generous hosts that spent times explaining their gear to me. It is unfortunate that I cannot go through all the gear that I listen to, as time and space constraints held me back to really have opinion on all the gears. But I will only speak about the gear that I listen that blew me away, in one way or another. And even though it is not a list, rather than a random organized thoughts about products I listen to, I have to start with my favorite. There's one clear favorite for me, and that is Sendy Audio Peacock. Firstly, thanks to Colin for being a wonderful host and allowing me to sit and enjoy different headphones like Aiva, etc. I listened to them, unfortunately not knowing that much about Sendy Audio, but I have experience with their sister company Sivga that creates budget headphones. The moment I heard Peacock, there was so much depth to it, such a spatial progression of notes on the soundstage. I was a bit confused at first, to be honest. The depth of information was extraordinary. And beside that, it is a warmish headphones with emphasis to be very fun to listen to, with a lot of details and mid-section presentation. I don't need to forget this. The midsection is a star. Whatever music I played, there was a clear and present vocals aiming at you, really clean, decluttered, and passionately forward. The more I listened, the more I loved them. I was moved to tears by how much I enjoyed them, and not just that, but how much after listening to thousands of earphones and headphones, I managed to find the one that I really, really enjoy. And I knew, yeah, this is the one. The second one is Matrix Audio Streamer TS1. Firstly off, it's a really beautiful screen. It's reminiscent of a hi-fi rose, and the UI that was on that screen was also magnificent. It truly looked really nice. It has an independent layer circuitry for headphone amplification and for like a fully balanced DAC and a dual clocks. It has an internal storage and a wide variety of inputs and outputs, so it's a really great construction inside. And the sound was very detailed and presentable. It sounded awesome. Only thing that I wished is that I hear this in a stereo hi-fi environment, but it was a very dynamic and detailed presentation that had a lot of character. It was a mature sound. I wish that it had an internal linear power supply, but maybe some other time they will have that. Because if it had that, it would be like a super amazing streamer, like insanely good. It feels like a great contender to an Eversolo and other similar devices. The price might be like a biggest issue. With around 2,200 euros, it is a rival to an Eversolo DMP A8, and it could be an interesting comparison. I'm not saying that it's not worth 2,200 euros, but to be 100% certain, I actually do need to test it and listen to it and actually wait with another options. FiiO M27 is a DAB like no other, honestly. I already went into big details in the beginning of this video with a FiiO section, but I managed to listen to it, and just as a portable digital player goes, it provides some majestic tunes with the section of selected earphones they presented to us. Sound was full and immersive. The DAC inside did an amazing job to declutter and present information. There was enough power to drive earphones and hi-fi man headphones. And the way it feels in hand and all those features and internals create an amazing DAB, which is just have a great feeling inside the hand, and just it feels really sturdy and nice. This is the best DAB experience I heard at the festival. Maybe the close second will be Astel & Kern SP400, but I think this one is better than that. I think it looks better, it feels better. And also a big shout out to the great repertoire of FiiO devices. I really liked K17, S15 and FiiO turntable. I need superlatives to explain my excitement when I read the spec sheet of S15. It is such an amazing device. Also, K17 is also a really solid device with a unique look, and that turntable is so beautiful. I really need somehow to review that turntable. I really want to. Luxsin Eversolo combination is something I didn't know honestly which one of these two sounded more amazing. People at Luxsin told me it was because of Luxsin. The reason why the sound is so great is because of the Luxsin X9. But I managed also to hear a brand new gear device as well. And I'm speaking about Luxsin X9 and Eversolo T8. Eversolo T8 is their new streaming transport. Unlike the DMP series, where there is a DAC transport, this is a pure transport. Luxsin X9 is a headphone amplifier with DAC. It is now being reviewed everywhere and it gets praise all around. It was an amazing combination that sounded very sparse and luxurious. I liked how many details there was there. And I know I'm repeating myself here, but unless I had more time in hand to listen to this, the only thing I can speak here are the first impressions. And your brain first notices either detailed presentation or overly warm presentation, and it is what it is. The soundstage depth, it was amazing. It was precise and focused. It just opens compositions while remaining firmly dynamic and detailed. But there are few aces under a sleeve for X9. Firstly, it is a super feature-packed, much more than any other headphone amp DAC in this price range. And one of the great thing is an auto impedance selection for your headphones. It will choose an ideal loads just for you by connecting headphones to them. And it will choose between 32 to 300 ohms. Beside crossover, additional DAC filters and bypass, there is one more cool thing. When your device is connected to Wi-Fi, you will be able to choose specifically for your headphones, if they exist in their library, an EQ curve to be applied. How well does it work? I don't know, but I would love to test it one day at my home. What they build here is really interesting. The synergy between Luxsin and Eversolo is so great. With their streamers and external DACs, you can build an amazing system. The next one is Shanling EC Zero T in XS T20. I want the EC Zero T portable CD player. I want it now. I just love it, especially in those latter cases. It feels like my childhood in that singular moment. Many brands had this product on their booths, like SMSL, Moondrop, Hebe, etc. They obviously think it's a great as much I do. I think so too. If there were some easier way to buy Shanling gear in Serbia, I definitely would buy it. I actually want to buy the demo units, but they don't want to budge. It's not that I think it's an amazing quality, it's just such a compact CD player which is portable, amazingly built, and use an R2R DAC inside. It's just crazy. I heard it briefly, it really seemed nice, but with unfamiliar songs, so I will leave that as a review for another time. But also, I'm an avid consumer of hi-fi reviews on YouTube, and one device I really wanted to hear was the XS T20 CD Transport. I think it's a great device, with everything a modern, full-featured CD transport should have. I listened to it with the XD820 DAC and headphones amplifier. The combination sounded mature and great. I wish again to be at home and to truly test it in a stereo hi-fi like mode that I have to truly experience this product. But one day I probably will. I also listened to their MCD 13 and Super CD 1.3. They seem like a great all-around CD players and also not that expensive, so it might be something interesting for you. One other thing which kind of surprised me out of nowhere, because I never heard of a brand or product before, it's Lotoo Mjolnir and Lotoo Gold 10. Lotoo Mjolnir is awesome. They call it the portable DAC and handful amplifier, but that portable part is questionable as it is not small nor light. I guess you can carry it around at your home. It is such an amazing sounding device that I was shocked. maybe even the best sounding at the show, though I cannot say with confidence unless I spend more time with it. It's a tank with all the greatest technology inside. Until I heard the price, it's $7,000. This is one of the most expensive items I listen to there, but it might justify its price range if you're really looking for like the best of best of best of best everything. It has 2.5 watts power output. It has the newest AKM DAC chip. It has the balanced architecture, line in and out, and a great screen. It's a breathtakingly dynamic sound. They should have added a streamer as well, as it will be like an amazing all-around device. But is it worth the asking price? Maybe. Still, it is an amazing sounding device that looks awesome, it's portable and can drive all headphones in the world. Also, I have to give a shout out to Gustard, or Gustard. I never know how they pronounce the name. Gustard, Gustard. I heard R30. That's like streamer, the newest streamer they have. And what's really superbly great about that is if you know their DACs, their X26 and X30 are one of the best DACs in the world. They're super high quality, they're really great, they're everything. Now imagine those really awesome DACs, or really amazing DACs, are driving and housing a really great streamer transport, which has Rune, which has a room correction, which has amazing amount of inputs and outputs. R30 is something that I honestly wish I spared more time with it, as it seems awesome. I listened to it a little bit, it sounded superb, but unfortunately I never had much time to spend with it, because I believe if I did, it might be my second favorite device there after the Peacock, as I think it's that good. I really think it's that good, and I'm really glad for all the reviewers that will eventually review it, because it's an amazing pleasure to interact with that product, to listen to the product. So it's a great recommendation. It looks great. It has all the best internals inside. So yeah, R30 is truly amazing. I have to give one thing away. I can't fit everything in this video, but do you know Hibi, Moondrop and SMSL had booths with so many things. Do you know had their CD player and headphones ready to be released. Hibi had many great small colorful devices, including a CD player with a linear power supply. Moondrop and SMSL had a joint booth with a huge variety of gear. All those booths were fun and the people were awesome. I also even had like presentations from Sennheiser, Bayer Dynamic, Fosse and many more. Just too much for one video. But there are so many products, so many gears, so many companies, and everybody just wants to show you, to present you, and just to allow you to use and interact with their products. This was an outstanding conference filled with a youthful energy and enthusiasm. It completely is different from like Western conferences. So much presentation, charm, and hope for the future. It offers both the cheapest hi-fi to the most expensive hi-fi, all done with the grace and acceptance that hi-fi needs. It needs fresh new blood in order to grow. It needs young people. It needs new exciting technology that a lot of people can resonate with. So many future devices that will influence all other brands, including even the Western ones. So much great energy. I listened to so many amazing devices and everything was at hand. It was just a pleasant 3-day conference. I loved my time here and hopefully I will be back again next year, because I also want to experience the future every year and present every year, and just to be immersed with all these phenomenal products and all this phenomenal energy and all these phenomenal people and everything. I enjoyed my time and you will too if you come there next year. All the best, keep daydreaming and see you on the next video. Bye!